In today's video, I'm going to share with you my list of 6 items you will need to start creating YouTube videos that will look something like this. Plus, I'll throw in some budget-friendly alternatives for each item. So here's the first thing. Let me start with the most obvious piece of gear, which is the camera setup. My main camera is the Sony a7 IV with the Sony 24-70 f2.8 G Master lens. I have reviews of both on my channel, links in the description, but why would I recommend this setup for filming YouTube videos? The Sony a7 IV is a really great hybrid camera, which means you can take high quality photos and also shoot videos up to 4K 60p. The image is oversampled from 7K, which means really nice image quality. When shooting YouTube videos, you often need a good low light performance, and with the dual native ISO, this is also not a big deal. The a7 IV has many cool features, watch my review, but the last one I will mention here, which is really great for filming YouTube videos, is the flip out screen. It's much more convenient than connecting an external monitor every time. My second, or the B camera, is the good old a7S II, which was actually my second camera after owning the Canon T3i. The 24-70 f2.8 G Master is my favorite lens for filming YouTube videos because I don't have to change the lenses all the time. With YouTube videos, you want to be as effective as possible. The 24-35 range is great for these talking headshots, and the range from 35 to 70 is really good for B-roll shots, product shots, and so on. If you think of starting a YouTube channel, however, your best budget option will be your phone. Most phones, like my iPhone 13 Pro, have more than one lens, and most of them can shoot 4K up to 60 frames per second. So I bet that you already have a capable camera in your pocket. Next up in my list is a tripod. I'm using this old Manfrotto tripod, which is actually a photo tripod. It doesn't have a fluid head for smooth motion, but you really don't need that for shooting YouTube videos. The only thing you should go after is that it has to be stable and solid. This next thing is not really a budget option or cheap option, so to speak, but you can combine two things in one. If you have or if you want to get a gimbal for smooth shots, you can also use it as a tripod for these talking head shots. But this will only work as a budget option if you already have or if you want to buy a gimbal anyway. You may heard that a video with poor image quality but a good audio quality is really better than a video shot with a fancy camera but with really bad audio. This is totally true. But what is a good audio? For me, it's a clean recording without clipping, distortion and background noise. For recording my audio, I tend to use the Rode VideoMic Pro. This is the original one, or a Rode SmartLav Plus with the Zoom H1 recorder. I think that these already are budget options, but again, you can also use your iPhone. In this case, you will need to hold it closer to your mouth and maybe play a little bit with the track in post. Now, lighting is a really tricky category, because if you decide to light your set with studio lights, you will never have enough. This is, however, the base kit in my opinion. First is the key light. It should be a stronger light with a softbox. I use the Aperture 120D, the first version, with the Aperture Light Dome. It is a great balanced light with daylight temperature. You can use the second light as a fill light or as a rim light. I'm using the Aperture Amaran LED panel, which is also daylight balanced light. I like to have two lights with the same temperature. It will not mess up your shot and you will have better time balancing skin tones in post. I like to have one more light in my base kit. This is really an old LED stick with adjustable color temperature. Most of the time I use it to accent light the background for more separation and depth in my shot. If you're just starting out and you don't want to break the bank with lighting setup, I would recommend using a window. It's free and you can also control or diffuse the light with a white fabric sheet or a cheap diffuser to achieve soft lighting even with harsh sunlight. I will start with the budget option right away, because I believe that you already have a laptop or a desktop PC at home. Most of the laptops or PCs can handle editing software just fine. When it comes to smooth playback and smooth editing, you can always use low-res proxy files and leave the high-res files for exporting. The main downside of a cheap laptop or PC would be slower export time. The higher quality image you use and the more plugins and motion graphics you will use in your project, the slower the export time. Up until now, I was editing on my 2018 MacBook Pro with 16 gigs of RAM and the Intel CPU. Now I'm testing two different and affordable Mac solutions, so subscribe for these videos. Last but not least is the editing software. The common standard is the Adobe Premiere Pro, but if you're trying to cut down the initial investment, the subscription fee may not be for you. I personally use Adobe Premiere Pro, but there is one other great and free solution. I'm talking about the Davinci Resolve. There is the paid studio version with some features like noise reduction and various plugins, but if you do just your basic video editing for your YouTube channel, the free version will cover everything for you. To sum up this video, this is my recommended setup versus the budget setup. You'll find everything listed also down in the description with links. This year I would like to help those of you who want to start their own YouTube channel, but you don't know where to start. So if you're interested, let me know by subscribing to this channel and also by liking this video. If you have any additional insights, tips, or if you want me to cover something in my future videos, let me also know down in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.